Tyler and Dom here with Steel Industries. Today we're going to be going over your starter helmet setup. So you may have just bought night vision, might be looking at buying night vision. What do you need to get started, and what do you need to get your perfect helmet set up for your use case? Dom, what do we got here?
Sure, so for our starter shell, we're picking up the Team Wendy bump helmet. You can also buy a ballistic, it just kind of depends on your budget. A helmet like this will be $360. Ballistics get up into that $1,400, $1,500 price range depending on what you're looking at. But for this video, we're gonna go over the Team Wendy bump helmet.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously you're gonna be using night vision with that, so you have to mount your night vision. The industry standard is the G24. Another great option is the Cadex mount. So either way, you're gonna need a way to put your night vision on. So let's go ahead and add that now.
Boom. So guys, once you get your mounting situation for your helmet, it's gonna add a lot of weight to the front of your helmet with the device sitting off the top of it. So we're gonna go to the back of the helmet here, and we're gonna add our Steel Industries counterweight. There's tons of counterweights on the market. This is just the one we're using for this video. Roughly weighs around 1 pound. So we're gonna go ahead and cinch that down. We're gonna take the bungee system that comes with the Team Wendy helmet. We're gonna get it nice and secure so it doesn't fall off when in use.
Perfect. And there you go. Now you can actually go ahead and use your night vision. However, it's a pretty big investment, as you may know. So we always recommend a lanyard system. This is our Steel Industries one. This would go ahead and attach to the unit itself. So that is just an insurance policy. You're gonna wanna do that. You can store batteries in there as well, so it doubles in function.
Yeah. So guys, this is the starter shell, you could say. You know, these are literally the bare minimum essentials you need to rock night vision with the helmet setup. Let's kind of show you what happens when you use the setup, you get some experience with it, and you make changes.
Yep.
So we got our two personal helmet setups here. We're gonna kind of dive into them and explain why we have certain things on the helmet. Again, this comes from experience. So, you know, you see a lot of different helmets online, a lot of different people using different things, which is great, but don't put together a helmet based on what someone else is using, because what works for them might not work for you. And we're gonna kind of explain why we have certain things on our helmet.
Yes, certainly. So like Dom said, you have to start with your use case. I obviously have a very different helmet setup than Dom here. So I do a lot of stuff out in the woods, out in the bush. My potential use case for it is probably maybe different than yours.
Yep.
I kind of come from things from like the prepared civilian, whatever you want to call it, point of view. So I went with a ballistic helmet. I like the extra weight that it provides, helps balance things out. Also, it affords you some protection, so it kind of doubles up its use case there. On the front, I went with a G24. It looks like you did too.
Yep.
It's like we said earlier, it's kind of the industry standard.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really go wrong with it. They just work. Towards the back here, it's a little hard to see, but I am running a counterweight system. This is actually a TNVC Mohawk. I've had it for, you know, about 2 years now. So I had it for a while, before my time here at Steel even. And then over the top, I have a scrim system from Parachuting Gear to kind of break up your outline. Again, I like doing stuff out in the woods, going for hikes, you know, practicing other things potentially also. And then lastly, as we are both shooters here, I went with the 3M Peltor. So, and the rail system adapters that I actually bought right from Team Wendy. So this is the setup that I have ran for a while, like I said, and it fits my use case. Dom, yours looks pretty different.
Yeah.
Let's go through that.
My setup is built around kind of what I like, because at the end of the day, it's just my opinion. It's what I like to use. So I'm rocking a Team Wendy bump, kind of how the starter shell was in the video. I got a Team Wendy cover on it that's in black. Moving to the front, like you said, I do have a Wilcox G24 on it. Kind of on the side here, I have a Therm Variarc, I think is how you pronounce it, which basically just allows me to have a Surefire, I have a M340V on it specifically, and allows me to either umbrella light, or if I need to do admin tasks, I can kind of point it at the ground. Really, this is used, I did a lot of shoot house classes with Don Edwards and DA1 training, and having that umbrella light when you're going into a room that may not be well lit and you need to kind of like search the room and identify stuff, versus having a weapon light on your gun, just umbrella light the room and it blows it all up and you can see better. I have the OpsCore amps with the Unity Tactical adapter to run them on the helmet. I just like the OpsCore amps. They work great for my use case. I like being able to just have them on the side or just literally flip them up and move them out of the way, kind of like how they are in the video. Moving back to the helmet, I just have a PVS-31A battery pack hooked up with a cord that powers GPMBGs. It works great. It's just your basic night vision battery pack. There's tons of them on the market. On the side here, I have a Unity Tactical Spark. This is just for IDing. It has a IR mode, so if we're out on the flat range and I just want people to know where I am, I can just turn this on and people will see me. Moving at the top here, I have our lanyard system. This system again holds the batteries, and I can tie down my night vision with the hooks on it as well. So that's kind of my helmet setup. Something important too is pads. I have 4D tactical pads. I personally am not a fan of the stock Team Wendy padding system. Over time, when you start to put a lot of hours on them, they start to lose its shape, I guess you could say, and become uncomfortable. These 4D tactical pads are like memory foam pillows on your head. So yeah.
Yeah, and like we were saying, that all comes with experience.
Yeah.
So you're talking about your pads. For you wanted to go to those 4D pads. The stock Team Wendy pads, they worked for me. I did have to change around some of the included
Padding system.
Yeah, I had to change those around. But that, and as we can see also, the use case for your night vision unit itself comes into play. So Dom, you're running, you said GPs.
Yep.
You also, I know you run 31 Alpha sometimes. Yep. I run a 14, so I don't need a battery pack. In my counterweight system, I carry extra batteries with me. So all these things kind of play a factor, and you're gonna have to think about it a little bit ahead of time, but then after that, it's all just experience. Get out there and use it. I know, setting up the helmet itself, that's a whole separate video, but it comes with experience. You gotta go and wear your night vision, wear your helmet set up, get time under it. It's important.
Yeah, you can't keep your night vision in your safe, guys. You need to go out and actually use it, because, you buy it, and you build out the starter shell and you might think it works, but there are a lot of comfort features that you can see we have both on our helmets that, take you from having this starter shell to something like this. So it's really important, guys, you get your night vision in, build the starter shell out, get the bare essentials, which again is the Wilcox G24 or any type of dovetail mounting solution, your counterweight, and then the helmet. And guys, get a retention lanyard. If you don't buy it from us, go to Walmart, get some paracord and tie it down. It's literally an insurance policy for your night vision. So guys, that's the bare essentials. At the end of the day, go out, use your stuff. Configure your helmet setup, what works for you. Don't look on Instagram and YouTube about what other people are using, because at the end of the day, what works for us is probably not going to work for you. It might not. You never know until you try it. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions about any helmet setups or anything in particular with either of these setups, or you want help building out a night vision helmet, send us an email. We're happy to help. And as always, stay nocturnal.